And we are live, guys. Happy New Year to everybody I haven't spoken with since the new year. Obviously, there's a lot of you guys that I'm staying in very regular contact with. So some of you I have wished Happy New Year already. So today we're just going to jump into it. We have the roadmap. There's 6 steps. There's 3 months. There's a little bit less than 3 months because the first 7 days have gone, and we are gonna make it. But today we're gonna show the NFT marketplace. There is still some minor adjustments here on the UI UX, but the most important is that we actually have the marketplace ready. You can see here if the NFTs are listed, not listed, floor price, obviously it's not active. You can see here some teasers from, this is Robupay NFT. You can see there is 11 NFTs minted in the collection. So this gives a nice overview. I can see we have something here, and I have my assistant with us here, Daniel. Please take notes through this, because I just see that this symbol doesn't look very good, so we definitely need to change that to something that people can understand what the symbol should actually mean. And then we go in, boom, my wallet should not show, and then you can see here the NFTs that are coming up. So you can see there is a lot of NFTs coming up here. They are not listed with this NFT collection, but that's how simple it's gonna be. So the NFT marketplace is live, and people can still request to test. If you wanna be part of the testing, then simply text either tag Alcalde in the public chat or DM him directly, and then you will get access to come in, and we will guide you a little bit how it works with the NFT marketplace, so you can take a deeper look into it. There is a white mode and there is a black mode for those who prefer one or another. So yeah, we are happy with the first steps. There is some minor adjustments. In terms of this marketplace, we are not going to try to boost it right now for adoption. We are going to have it ready for when the projects that's going to be onboarded in that needs the NFT marketplace. We have several projects, including Robusnipe, obviously, is having some NFTs in their ecosystem. So they will be able to use it. Our focus at the current moment is still the bridge, and the bridge is on track. So as soon as we move forward and we come through Q1, then we're going to start to see how are we going to push the different protocols. Obviously, this protocol is a multi-chain protocol. As you can see right now here, it says Binance Smart Chain. We have Binance Smart Chain Test Network as well, and we have the Roburna Network and the Roburna Testnet. So these are the networks that's adopted, and for the AvaSwap developers, they are obviously going to keep work on the protocol and bring it to more chains, so on and so forth. Our own focus is Roburna, and this is where we will be pushing it originally, and then obviously all adoption that comes on other blockchains, that is only a benefit. So the marketplace here has an extra feature which has not been added onto it. That's going to come a little bit later. I have already teased some of you guys that we are going to have a very specific NFT system for those who want it, with on-chain liquidity to the NFTs. This system has been tested and are in the final stages, so that's going to come as an add-on, which is currently not on our roadmap. So this is going to make it even more interesting for projects that want to have a long-term value for the NFT projects to go in and choose AvaSwap over any of the other marketplaces. And enough for NFTs and marketplace, because obviously that's not the most important here. We are taking it because we had it already developed. We already had it in final stages, and this is why the NFT marketplace comes now. There has been some people who have both mentioned in the public chat and also in my DMs and other chats that say, why are you prioritizing an NFT marketplace over the bridge? And absolutely not. I want to make it very, very clear. The set of developers that's working on the NFT marketplace, they could not join the team for the bridge development or the deep proof of earn, which are the two most important developments on our roadmap. And the reason they cannot do that is because they don't have the skill level to do that. So the developers who are sitting and working on ArborSwap marketplace, so on and so forth, they couldn't be part and support any of the other developments, and this is why they have been allowed to continue. It's not a prioritization for our from our side, but obviously it's a necessary evil. There's been people who are saying NFTs are down, NFTs are not gonna be something in this bull run. The thing is, NFTs are gonna be part of the future in one way, shape, or form. And not having an NFT marketplace on our blockchain would be that. I prefer that we have an NFT marketplace, right? We need to have the availability for those who want, no matter if NFTs is gonna be 0.001% of the total volume, or if it's gonna be 20% of the volume of blockchain transactions and yeah, so we definitely need it, and there is many partners coming this year that has demanded NFT marketplace availability because that's part of their ecosystem, that's part of their project to have NFTs. So we have it, and we are happy that we have gotten it. It is the early January right now, and now we can finally focus on other things. It has never been prioritized, and the developers who are working on the other protocols, they are at work at this moment, and they are focusing on their developments. So moving into the next step, I'm actually sitting here and working on another roadmap because obviously we have a very small roadmap right now. These are initial things which should have been done last year. It's, I admit we have gotten a delay, and this is not what we really wanted, but it ended up that way. I have no excuses for it. I admit we are behind schedule. So for this reason, we have a very short roadmap publicly right now, and we are not releasing another roadmap before next month. And in this regard, we have been sitting with our team to go in and make the next roadmap. I obviously have a lot of things that I want us to go in and do in our next roadmap, but because Roburna's vision always have been that we make Roburna for the people, which means we make the Roburna for the community, and the active people in the community are some of guys who are here in this chat right now. So for this reason, we would actually like to hear from you guys, what is it that you would like to see for the roadmap for either 2025 or even 2026. Obviously, you might come with suggestions, that's very good, but simply the processing time due to other developments, then it will have to be allocated towards 2026. But we really want to hear your guys' input. What is it that you would like to see? Obviously, there's going to be physical events that we are going to attend from Roburna side this year. Obviously, we have a lot of things that's going to come during this year. But seeing things from your guys' perspective, because you have to remember, I've personally been sitting with this now for so many years that I'm just Roburna brainwashed, and a lot of things that goes on in this space is very much the degen and all of these things. As you can see, we have come up with some very great partnerships like Robupay, for example, which allows for cross-chain transactions, cross-chain sniping. This is absolutely amazing, but it's amazing for those who want to participate in the fast-moving markets in crypto. And that's obviously not going to be the majority of what Roburna is going to do. So we would like to hear suggestions from you. And here I'm going to share during this meeting. Actually, I'm going to ask one of my assistants. Ash, could you, sorry, not Ash. Ash is not part of our team. He's just a very, very, very strong community member. I speak with him a lot in DM. Rex, could you make a little text and then put the form inside of the community so they have the form? In this form, we have made it for roadmap suggestions, but it could also be suggestions towards anything else that you would like us to focus on. So I can tell you, we have started very, very strong. As you can see, there's a lot of new people here in the chat. Some of these people are new assistants that I've hired, or other people that I have hired in to work with Roburna. And right now we are very, very focused on tracking platforms, and we are very focused on wallets. So this is our core focus here in the early days of January, is to get contact with all the tracking sites and to get contact with a lot of the wallets, to try to have us as a network pre-listed on their protocols, no matter if it's a wallet or if it's a voting platform or if it's a tracking site that tracks either on-chain data or tracks price movements or whatever the different platforms they track. This is our focus at this moment. I can tell you guys that we have reached over 100 entities already here in January, and we are going to reach many more. So we have 2 assistants that's just sitting and mailing, contacting, reaching out through socials, reaching out through Telegram, and they are getting contact with the teams and setting up meetings. Many of the meetings I'm participating in myself, and some of them they are finalizing by their own. So this is really a focus for us right now. But if there's anything else that you guys would like us to focus on, I'm gonna keep you informed. What is our focus and how everything is progressing. Yesterday I had a lot of good meetings with potential partners. We got very good feedback. Obviously, everybody have some things that needs to be done on their end, or they cannot do it due to their own roadmap. It will have to wait 3 months or 6 months for an integration on the platform. That's how this space works, right? Because there's many new networks coming out all the time. So that's how it all works. But we would like to hear from you guys. What would you like to see on the roadmap? What would you like to see as a focus point for us? Because that's going to help us make a roadmap that's shaped up by the community. Obviously, we're going to have some things that we are going to do, no matter if you suggest it or not. But that way we can have a more community-aligned roadmap, and we can go in and do the things that you guys would like us to see. We are going to have a DAO in the future. It's not going to be finalized this year, but we are going to have a DAO that's going to go in and help with decision making, and also set up proposals towards the whole ecosystem. So when we get our DAO, then it will be easier for you guys to put your proposals, and they're going to be tracked on blockchain. Right now we're doing it through Google Form. Let me just confirm that I have my so yeah, this is something that's very important for us. I think my assistant is sitting and texting up, writing up the text to put a little form in the community here. So yeah, that will come as we move a little bit forward in this AMA. This AMA is not going to be the longest. As I say, there's a lot of more things that I want to speak about, but we want to reach more people, so we're going to go on Twitter. It's most likely going to be in 2 weeks that we have the next AMA. So into the next subject, we are also having good progress from our partners. So we have our partners, they are making a lot of good progress, and one of them is Robupay. I was very, very happy to test out one of Robupay's protocols yesterday, and that was a protocol made for on-chain volume. As their trading bot, I've already tested their sniping bot. The sniping bot is absolutely amazing. I tried to snipe a few transactions on the Roburna network. I also tried to snipe on Ethereum, on base chain, and on Solana. So I've already tried using their sniper. That was last year, and now they have made the first business-to-business protocol, and that's a volume bot. So a lot of the projects in DeFi are using Volume, and also a lot of the projects that comes on our blockchain, they're going to use a Volume to go in and get their token more active. And we were testing their Volume bot, which is the beginning of their B2B solutions. They have developed many of them, and we're going to be testing during this month a lot of more protocols with them. And we had a successful test yesterday, and the test was on the Volume bot, and it was done on the Roburna network. I haven't tested it on any of the other networks, but the Volume bot worked very, very nice. And as Robusnipe moves forward, obviously they are also waiting for some of our integrations, because there is some of the things that we have on our end that we need to finalize for them to completely be ready. But I think Robusnipe is preparing to move forward on a bigger scale. They have added a lot more things in that have ever been shown. We had a private AMA in one of our communities last week, where I showed off the platform and I showed how far had they gotten in the progress. And as soon as we get a few more weeks into this month, most likely end of January, then I'll be able to show even more of what they are doing. The owner, Robot, he is not speaking English, so he will not be joining us, but I hope one of their team members will come and be part of the presentation. As you've seen, Robot is already very, very active, and they are changing their launch plans. So they are not going to go for a traditional launch. They're going to have a different way of launching their protocol, which means that they're going to go in and focus on benefiting for the users who want to help or who want to use the platform in the early days. So as soon as they get ready for a full launch of their platform, the first product is going to come live for the community, then you now know that by using their protocol, then you will get an allocation of an airdrop when they go live with their token. So the token distribution is going to be partly an airdrop that's going to go in, and that's airdrop is going to be focused towards the users. If they are going to allow for people to invest into it and all of these things, I'm not sure about the final details, because they have been making a lot of amendments to their original plans. So this is very, very interesting, and we are looking forward to Robusnipe, and I think that it will time up very good as we are moving towards our bigger push in Q2. We already have some things on the roadmap. There's going to be a very, very nice Q2 for the Roburna network. And as we move into that, I'm quite sure that that will align with the launch of Robusnipe. So that's just going to be very, very exciting to get a partner like that, that also brings us volume from other blockchains as well, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, as I mentioned, Quarter 2 is going to be where we're going to start pushing. We are waiting for the bridge and a few other things to go live. As soon as those goes live, then you're going to see that we're going to take some faster steps. We're going to come with listings. We're going to come with things that's going to make us reach a wider audience. We're going to attend events, and we're going to start to do social events as well. One of the things that we want to do, and we're probably going to do it from either February or March, that's going to be built on Roburna events. Obviously, these events is going to be targeted very much people who are wanting to build something in blockchain, how we can help them, and how all of this works. So with these events built on blockchain and built on Roburna is going to be the event name. It's going to take place on various social medias where people, they can come in and be part of this. We're going to give them some tools to help them be able to come live, and obviously for them to build on Roburna. So this is going to be very, very interesting as we move forward, which also means we're probably going to reduce a lot of our activities in Telegram, especially our AMAs and public presentations. We're going to move them to other platforms, and we're going to test different platforms. We have even had a developer who was sitting the other day, and he was sitting on TikTok live, not through our official channels, but from private channels. He was sitting, and it had a very good result, which makes me consider to go in and do events on TikTok as well. Obviously, again, here with the form that we are about to share, I would love to hear you guys' suggestions. If you have other medias where we should go in and focus, because if we can go in and get audiences, obviously Twitter is a very, very busy space. We're going to be present on Twitter. We're going to get awareness through Twitter. But if we can get awareness, if we can get awareness through other platforms as well, that will bring us up to a whole new audience. One of the things that we really have to consider when we are going into our awareness plans, and this is something that I want to make very clear for everybody, there's going to be partly efforts towards the already crypto market. The current crypto market is around 8% of the world population, but this is 8% in crypto totally. So a lot of these people are only on centralized exchanges. A lot of these people are only inside of one meme project that they really liked, something that brought them in to the blockchain. A lot of new people seem to come in through meme coins, probably with the gold rush of a quick 100x of their investment. But our focus now as we move forward, and I have been teasing about some new partners that's going to come, both in terms of manufacturing, in terms of a lot of other things that brings out to a wider audience. And we are going to focus on the percentage that are not already in crypto. We're speaking with some of our partners that have not been announced yet. Some of them are working on protocols that are to bring people in, or is the first step to come into crypto. As you know, when you go into crypto, one of the first things you need to have is you need to have a wallet. And when you go in and you have a wallet, then we need to have that wallet very, very user friendly. Many people prefer the app wallets like Trust Wallet or SafePal over MetaMask, because MetaMask simply become very, very complicated for a lot of people. And for this reason, we're going to go in and focus on things that's going to bring people in to the Roburna blockchain. One thing that we have already gotten into agreement is some shops that are online, and they are going in to promote our forest initiative. So they're going to put, for an order that you make of a specific amount. Obviously, they already have their own clients. They are specific in local markets. It's not Amazon. Sadly, if we could have Amazon as a partner, that would be absolutely amazing, right? But other web shops wants to come in and make support towards the Roburna forest. So for each order of a specific size that they get through the platform, then people will automatically help plant a tree in our forest. That's obviously going to speed up that initiative. We had a private chat in the Roburna Elite group the other day, and I think one of the guys is here. So the guys who came with the proposal is present here in this meeting, and here we were talking about the evolution of the Robupay system, where we're most likely gonna speed up the development and the adoption towards the Robupay terminal, where we are gonna go in and do some reward incentives as well for people who use the terminal and get some cash back from their order into the Roburna, token, into the Roburna coin, and this we can do because credit card payments is already so expensive. So it's actually a doable thing, because a credit card transaction costs a minimum of 1% to MasterCard or Visa, where a crypto payment, wallet to wallet, doesn't cost that. So we can go in with the fee that is on the Robupay terminal. We can go in and give a cashback towards the users. Obviously, getting this adopted towards a lot of shops, this will mean a lot of awareness, because all the clients that's going to go through are going to see Robupay. They're going to see that there is a benefit to use Robupay over a debit or a credit card in the terminal. That's going to bring users into our blockchain, and then they can study exactly where it is. And again, this was a suggestion from the community. I hadn't actually thought of doing that. I have been more thinking about donations towards the Roburna forest, and this also shows that we all have different ways of thinking, and your guys' ideas are probably good or even better than my own, because you are sitting with a whole other point of view. You are sitting with a consumer's view. At least a lot of you guys are probably having a more consumer view on things, and for this reason we really want the community to help us come up with these suggestions towards the roadmap, suggestions towards the directions that we should take, because it is the small things that makes the big difference in a business and in adoption to a network. So these are things that we really, really, really want to hear from you guys. And also, obviously, if some of you guys want to participate in some of the activities to get adoption towards some of the things that's going to be live on the platform, that would absolutely be amazing as well. No matter if it's a partner like Robusnipe. Robusnipe have an amazing referral program. So just by adopting users into Robupay and sharing the platform around with a referral link that the platform generates for you, then you're passively earning Roburna based on the use of the platform from other users. And this is another form that we go in and really get some speed on the whole adoption to our blockchain, right? Because if you sit and you trade on Ethereum and you end up getting free rewards in Roburna blockchain, that's obviously amazing for both us, and it's amazing for the people who use the protocol, right? Because if you're already paying a fee, no matter which trading tool that you're using in the space, then you might as well use the one that gives you a cashback in terms of this. So yeah, today's today's AMA is really much a call out to the community for us to hear your voices. I have obviously, I think I mentioned it, but I have prepared a roadmap. But before we share that roadmap next month, then I really want to see, is there some small things that we can make different, because by doing this, then we really make the bigger difference for 2025. And 2025 is going to be an amazing year for Roburna, and obviously beyond as well. So we are not stopping at 2025, as we are really focusing a lot on the non-crypto adopted users, which is approximately 92% of the world population. So that is still the majority, and that will change in the coming decade. So over the next 12 years, we expect to see a very big change in user adoption into blockchain. There is some public predictions. I have my own predictions, and this is the area where we really do want to focus as Roburna blockchain moving forward. And yeah, that was what I had planned for today's AMA. I have a little teaser because I came in just before the AMA. I had a meeting with our partner. I've already been mentioning the NFT tracking system, and they actually called me up just about an hour ago and asked if I could come out because they're traveling here. I'm currently sitting in South America again. I'm sitting in Peru, in Lima, and they are coming here at the end of January because they are speeding up the test. As I already mentioned, they had planned to have the test going on in the beginning of Q2, or in the switch between Q1 to Q2. Now they're speeding it up even more. I got invited out to a physical meeting here in Lima, and we are meeting up at the end of January. We have also allocated one of our designers from Roburna Labs. They hired to make the protocol and the application that they're gonna have for the protocol, and that process also got speeded up, and it's really becoming interesting. So this is something to look forward for, and I hope that that I will soon be able to share a lot more with you guys. So yeah, before I end today's AMA, then if there is any questions or anything, then I would like to go over this. And then, as I already mentioned, we're going to start to do a lot more regularly presentations, and we are going to stop to jump so much in different subjects as we have done today and as we have done other times. So we are going to schedule specific events to specific announcements, because that makes it a little bit more easy for people, and it also makes people able to decide, is this an event, is this the type of information that I'm interested in, because I'm not trying to lure people into our events if it is on a subject that they are not the most interested in. So let me see if there is any questions. If anybody should have any questions, please type them in the main chat, and then I will be happy to go over them before we end today's AMA. If not, then do remember, the easiest way for us to communicate with you guys and the easiest way for us to plan is still that you submit the questions through our website, because that way we can prepare a specific information, and we can even prepare presentation. If there is an update of something specific, then I would be able to sometimes call up the progress here on my screen and share it with you live. We did this last week in the elite group. We had very good feedback from the ones who could see my screen, because half of the people could actually not see my screen last week and the recording didn't go through. So Casper is saying, what about Greenfolio? To be honest, Casper, they have been having New Year's. I spoke with them yesterday. I've set up a meeting, and that's the information I have. I cannot force information if I don't get information. So when I have an update on it, then it's gonna come on the on the program, and then I'm gonna give it to you. When will the bridge be ready? It will be ready anywhere between today and the 31st of March. The roadmap is very clear, and I'm not gonna tell any more than it is with this. And then we have KL. How is the testing of the bridge going? Can you give some insight on into how the bridge will function? The bridge will function as a regular bridge. We haven't started a bigger testing at this moment. When we do have more information in regards to it, then we are gonna come with it. I kind of make the program on the things that we do have news on, and if we do not have any significant progress, then it's hard for me to come with a specific announcement. What advantage will Robupay offer for the e-commerce consumers? So for the e-commerce consumers, it's gonna be easier. You're gonna be able to spend your crypto directly. You do not have to convert it into fiat. I guess that is the biggest benefit that Robupay is gonna have, unless the platform goes in and offers something specifically, like planting a tree on your behalf or giving you a cashback or something like that. But that's not really something that we purely decide ourselves. That's obviously the e-commerce platform owner that decides that, and I'm not the owner. So for this reason, I will not be able to come up and give information about this. Gigi is asking how many nodes are currently running, and we are currently running 2 nodes on the mainnet and 2 nodes on the testnet. Are they already powered by renewables? One is powered by renewable and another is not powered by renewable, because we are currently testing out the stability of this. As we come further this year, then we are gonna put a lot more nodes. A lot of these nodes are gonna be run by renewables, and as we have a comfortable test that we can run them 24 hours a day, then they will all be changed in. At the current moment, we are keeping 1 node that is not run on renewable energy. It's run from a specific data center, and this is to secure the network, because obviously we need to have the network running 24 hours a day. I can give you a little progress on this. So during last year, we had a 96 to 97% uptime on the one that was on the renewable, and as we went through the winter or to the winter month in Q4 last year, then we ended up with a 99% uptime. There is already people working in this specific area physically to ensure that we can have 100% uptime on the nodes, and they are also currently setting up more locations where nodes are going to be running from, and this is going to be a subject that we're going to go in a lot deeper into in Q2. And at the same time, I would like to say that we are working on a dashboard, and this dashboard will show very transparently everything that goes on with the network in terms of the nodes, the renewables, everything. We are looking in to make sure that we can cross the 99% uptime that we have at the current moment. We are setting up backup energy, both in terms of storing energy in batteries and also by having energy from rivers. So by turbine power, we are going in and getting the boost, because the downtime that has been currently have been through the nighttime when the winter becomes where the sun is not running as many hours, and obviously we can scale up with even more solar panels, but that's also not very sustainable in the long term and not very sustainable for the nature, because we need to get up and have hundreds and thousands of nodes, and obviously just misuse of solar energy will also not be preferable, as we do not at the current moment have any site activities for the overproduced energy. So yeah, we're working on some turbine power, and we will definitely be coming with more information about this, most likely in Q2. We will have all of this information from you. And then you're also asking any more technical infos on the chain and how we can compete against all others which have a lot of transaction speed and decentralization. I'm not sure exactly what technical information you want on this. Obviously, the chain is running on a 3 second per block. As I have already mentioned earlier, we are working on another structure of a blockchain that's more scalable than this one, because this one we cannot scale more. We already went from, before mainnet we were running 11.5 seconds. We are down to 3 seconds per block, and we are having bigger blocks so we can proceed with more transactions. But we at the current moment will have enough to handle thousands of projects coming live, thousands of sniping transactions. So in terms of this, we are not afraid that our network will not be able to handle the transactions that's coming in. Obviously, the scalability in terms of our chain comes with the side chains and the sub chains, because here we are taking a larger amount of blocks and validating in one transaction on the main chain, as the sub chain is already doing authentication of all the transactions. So this is where the scalability comes in, is with the BaaS system, and that's going to come not this year, but it's going to come in due time for when it is needed by the partners who are already working in the area. So yeah, seems that these are the questions that have been asked today. I would like to repeat again, if there is questions that you guys would like me to go deeper into, please submit them to us either by tagging Alcalde in the chat, or even better, by submitting them through the website or sending us an email, because that way I can allocate appropriate time and appropriate resources to go in and actually get the documentation, or to get the presentation, or to get the information, or open the code book, the codes that we have that has been developed, and go in and showcase a bit more, because obviously the questions today went in very different directions, right? And it is unfair to expect that anybody can have materials ready to back up a statement on a live interview. Though I do never mind to get live questions, I will always ask them as good as I can, but by pre-submitting them, then I can go in and prepare myself, and I might even do a separate presentation. It might not even be on a live event. I simply record a video with all the documentations from you guys. One of the differences between us and the others is that we really want the transparency to be our core. So yeah, this I would like to request from anybody who should have more in-depth questions, because it just makes the way of answering, the quality of the answer can become so much better from my end, where I'm limited in a live event. So that was it for the presentation here. We're gonna go into a lot of exciting things in a few weeks. We're gonna meet up on Twitter, and things are gonna start to speed up as we are all returned from our New Year vacations and everything. So thanks everybody for joining today, and see you all in the community.